So recently I made a couple of videos about what ports I want to see on the Nintendo Switch, and those videos kind of blew up. You guys liked them a lot, and so now, like the excellent YouTuber that I am, I'm going to be doing the exact polar opposite. You guys read the title, you guys saw the thumbnail. Here are 5 games that I don't want to be ported to Switch. But quickly before we begin, I have to mention, I'm not going to be cheesing my way through this video, which I could very easily be doing. Like, I could just say, like, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival should not be ported to Switch, but it's like, well, yeah, no shit, that game shouldn't be ported to Switch, that game's garbage. Like, I'm not going to be choosing games that are, like, terrible, because that's, like, obvious. Like, of course those games shouldn't be ported. I'm going to be choosing good games that I like outside of the Switch, but despite the fact I love the Switch so much and I love these games, I just don't think it would be a good match. With that out of the way, sit back, relax, like the video if you enjoy your time here, and let's get into the video. What's up guys, it's Thomas from the Switch Shop, and here are 5 games that I don't want to be ported to the Nintendo Switch. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the little notification bell, and just as a little PSA, if you are subscribed to the channel and haven't been getting notifications, unsubscribe and then resubscribe. I've gotten a lot of complaints that I haven't been sending out notifications, and like, you guys have to understand, like, I can't choose whether YouTube sends out notifications. Like, obviously I would send out notifications if I could, but that's just not how it works. So if you guys are subscribed, please just try and unsubscribe and resubscribe. That has helped other people supposedly, but regardless, let's just get into the video. So here are the 5 games that I don't want to be ported to the Switch. Number 1 is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Now, this is a fun game. I actually played it at PAX East 2018. I'm very excited to go to PAX East 2019, by the way, but that's an unrelated, that'll probably be in a channel update. There is a lot of things to enjoy about this game. It's a battle royale, which was obviously the big fad of 2018 and still going strong in 2019. It was a big game. Obviously, Fortnite kind of surpassed it, but it was a very, very big game. However, I don't want it on the Switch. There's a couple of reasons why, and I'm sure most of you guys already know them, but one, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is notorious for being kind of very poorly optimized on PC, but especially on Xbox, which is the only other console release. Actually, I feel like I saw that there was a PlayStation release, but that might have either been a rumor or not actually out yet. I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, I know for a fact that when the Xbox version launched on the Xbox One X even, it was just not good. On top of that, the PC version is apparently terribly optimized and does not really run well even on pretty good hardware, which obviously makes it not a very good fit for the Switch. Moving on to number 2, this is kind of the entire reason I decided to make this list, because I've actually been playing this game a ton within the past couple of days, or past couple of weeks even. But yeah, enough blabbering. This second game on this list is Rainbow Six Siege, or as I'm just going to be referring to it as Rainbow, because that's just what me and my friends call it. Rainbow is a very, very, very fun tactical shooter where you have 5 people on defense, 5 people on offense. It's kind of a hero-based shooter, I guess, because you choose different operators, and defense operators can set up traps and use different abilities, and same with offensive operators, but like, you don't really set up traps on offense. You guys know what the game is. It's Rainbow Six Siege. It's not super difficult to understand, but it's a very, very, very fun game. Sure, it has a steep learning curve, but it is a blast. I've been playing it with my friends. It's such a fun balance of like just straight up fun and like actual like tactical maneuvering. I just am having a blast. However, this game would not work on Switch. Reason 1, this game is built for mouse and keyboard. There are so many buttons, so many things you can do, that it just would not fit on a controller very well. I know that it is out on PS4 and Xbox One, but just like, there's already some compromises being made on those systems. Like, I know that you can't lean when you're not scoped in on either of those systems, which is kind of like a pretty big detriment. Anyone who plays Rainbow knows that that would be pretty bad, I guess. Also, on top of that, this game is very competitive, and you need to have like very fast reflexes, which is why it would not be good for Switch, because unfortunately the Switch doesn't really have that good of a frame rate. Like, unless you're Nintendo or like a studio working with Nintendo, it's very difficult to get a 60 FPS locked frame rate, especially on a game that would be graphically intense like Siege. And unfortunately, you kind of need at least 60 frames per second on this game. I'm not normally the guy who's like, you need an 140 Hz monitor, whatever, like, the frames are so bad, but like, you kind of need, like, anyone who's played it knows what you mean. This game is all about reaction time, and yeah, it just wouldn't really work on the Switch well. On top of that, it needs a very stable Wi-Fi connection for aforementioned reasons, and the Switch in the portable mode, it's just not a good fit. The number 3 game is Battlefield 5. Now, this is actually a very, very interesting game. I have not gotten it yet, but my friends are all telling me to. They say it's a good game, and I've watched a couple people play it. It looks like a very, very fun game. The sole reason I don't want it brought to Switch, though, is, I mean, to be honest, I don't really trust EA on this one. I just don't. EA has brought over a couple of games to Switch, the biggest one being FIFA, and that game, I've heard from others, is really, really poorly ported. There were a ton of errors. On top of that, for some reason, there wasn't online with friends for some reason, even though other console versions had it. It's just, I don't really trust EA. I feel like they would go full on just like cash grab and not even really port it well. However, there is this recent rumor that went around about a month ago, so I guess it's not super recent, that EA's Frostbite engine was getting a Switch version made for it. Now, I'm not actually sure if Battlefield 5 runs on Frostbite. Let me actually look that up. I mean, I'd assume it does.
One eternity later.
Yeah, okay, it does. I wasn't being stupid, but it's just like, I don't know, unless they could get it like working perfectly, I would like it, but I just don't trust EA to get this game working perfectly on Switch. Number 4 is, it kind of cheating actually, because it's like a ton of different games, but Wii games. And I'm not talking any Wii game ever. I'm talking like Wii Sports, Wii Play, Wii Party, all that stuff. Wii Sports in particular, because that is what I have actually seen a ton of comments. And I think people need to understand that just because you have nostalgia for a game, or just because a game's good, doesn't mean it should come to Switch. Prime example is the Wii Sports games. I love these games. They're awesome. They were great games, but there's just so many reasons why no. One, the Wii Sport game, at least the original Wii Sport, was a tech demo. I don't really see how Nintendo could sell that. And as for the rest of them, well, it's really just in the title. The games are meant for the Wii. Of course, there are other games like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well, that were originally games meant for, well, the Wii U, but you get the point. But the thing is, with these Wii Party, Wii Sports, Wii Play style games, the thing is that they weren't just built for the Wii, but they were built to show off the Wii's powers. Obviously, yeah, the Switch has motion controls too, but it just doesn't, like, make sense to port those games over. On top of that, motion controls have gotten so more advanced that you would have to add in so much more stuff, and, like, Mii's are barely even utilized on Switch. While, yeah, these games are fun, they just don't really make sense to come to Switch. I wouldn't be mad if they did, I just don't want it. I don't, like, these games are fun and fine, but I don't think they should leave the Wii/Wii U generation. Last, and also kind of least, I guess, I don't really know, is Black Ops 4. Now, I know this game is kind of similar to Battlefield 5, as in they're, like, obviously Call of Duty, Battlefield are, like, rival series, and they came out at relatively similar times, but I honestly think that Black Ops 5, I honestly think that Black Ops 4 would be a worse fit for the Switch, and here's why. There was a big controversy when this game was announced, and I guess it continued all the way up till when it was released, but basically it removed the single player campaign for, well, a battle royale mode. and I don't know. I know that Fortnite was the highest, like, downloaded game of 2018, I think, on the Switch, which is just ridiculous to think about, but it makes sense because it's free. But I don't think the Battle Royale genre gels well with Switch. Sure, I mean, you can technically play it on the go if you have a stable Wi-Fi connection, but that's just, I don't know, it's just kind of odd to think you'd be playing Battle Royale on the go on a console. Like, it makes sense on your phone because you have cellular, but I don't know. On top of that, if the game has no single player campaign, then it does kind of eliminate the main point of a Switch, which is the whole handheld nature. While it would still be nice to get the game on the Switch for people who don't have any other platforms, if you have a PC or either other console, then that's would be the superior way to get this game, because there's no single player campaign, so there's no point in getting it on the Switch, because you can't really do anything while you're in handheld mode unless you're at a place with a stable Wi-Fi connection. But once again, that kind of defeats the purpose of handheld mode, because you're supposed to be able to go out and take it out. You guys know what I mean. Black Ops 4 just doesn't really gel well with the Switch style of gameplay, I guess. And by the way, those are all games that I've seen comments for, so I guess this is a response to those comments, but not just those in particular. Just I wanted to make this video because it's kind of a meme, like, put everything on Switch, but honestly, I don't think everything should be on Switch, and I know no one actually thinks every game should be on Switch, but this is just an example of 5 really popular games that I do see people requesting. I just don't think should come to Switch. But with that out of the way, if you made it this far into the video, I want to give you a sincere thank you. It's people like you who help this channel keep on going, and of course, yeah, I obviously make the videos, but it wouldn't mean anything unless you guys watched. So seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. On top of that, if you made it this far, I'm assuming you liked watching the video, so pressing the like button is a great way to show that. On top of that, it helps my channel grow, which is always a plus, because obviously the more the merrier. And drop a comment down below. Let me know of one game that you don't think should be ported to the Switch. Or you can argue with any of my points in this video. Whatever you guys want, I'll read. I read pretty much every comment, so yeah, just feel free to drop one down below. I'll respond, and yeah, it'll be fun like that. With that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. You're all the best. New videos coming soon, including a new underviewed episode. If you haven't seen the last one, it'll be on the screen. Thomas from the Switch Shop signing off. Peace.